All right, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Jeremy. I just can't see you.
All right, I'm about to turn the camera on, and we will start with questions from Eric. We've got Coach Kitley, and Ruth will be on in a minute. So start with Coach Kitley. Eric, you want to start us off?
Yeah, Coach. Obviously, just want to see what, from your eyes, recap of the weekend. Obviously, didn't turn out the way you wanted it to, but just wanted to see what your overall thoughts.
Yeah, I'm always disappointed we didn't win. We just got so close. It was a tough week. We lost some kids to COVID. We had an injury with Courtney that wasn't showing up, and I knew it was going to be tough. And then wow, these kids just were amazing as far as how we qualified and how we started off. And I don't think I've ever been more proud of a group of how they fought. And it's just unfortunate we had two more injuries today that we'd have won the championship. We'd just not had them. And so that's what's disappointing, to have two injuries today that kept us from winning a championship. And it's not the kids' fault or anything to do with that. It just, just disappointing, but I cannot tell you how proud I am of how hard we fought.
Just overall, were there any events on that men's side that you were particularly proud of, that maybe you went in thinking, okay, I'd be happy with this, and they just exceeded your expectations?
Yeah, the 600 and the 1,000 on the men's side were just phenomenal. And we did not think we might get that many points. And, so I'm just really proud. And so I coached some of those kids. So personally, it was really just fun to see those kids step up better than they've stepped up all year long. So really, really proud of that. But those were two events that I really thought might, after they're over, I'm like, we may get this thing done. We may can win this thing because of those two events. But then the last three really hurt us, not to pick on them, but the shot put, the high jump, and then the 200 with Jacoby going down. It just kind of hurt really bad there at the end.
On the women's side, obviously, we're going to talk to Ruth later. Can you take us through kind of what you were seeing on that last jump? Because it seemed like she's kind of hanging around, and then that last jump was just what it was.
Yeah, I mean, Ruth is something unbelievably special, and just one of the greatest human beings that I've said before that you'll ever meet. But she is a competitor, and she's world class, and she competes, and so she's been behind every time. And this competition was exceptional here. Well, that women's triple jump was 4 or 5 kids at 44 feet or better, and it's just we have one of the toughest conferences for women's jumps, in the whole country, if not the best. So as a group, but I knew if she got on the board, she's going to win this thing. So and she did. She fouled her first one, but then she put it together.
Wes, what happened to Gary with the decathlon or the heptathlon?
Nobody knew. He's been battling for about 3 weeks. 2 Achilles that have just been so sore he couldn't hardly do anything. And we almost pulled him. The trainers almost pulled him before the meet, but he had 2 good days of before that he felt pretty good, and he felt really good the first day. And we thought we had it made, and he was feeling great until that vault, one of those 15-3 jumps, I believe, or 2. He really felt it, and then he just couldn't go anymore. We don't think that he tore it, but it's been inflamed, and then it just really hurt, because all he had to do was just he could have walked away at the 14.7 bar or whatever and gone and run the 1,000 and been first place. So that one really hurt. But I think okay. We just need to take some time, get him back ready, and don't rush him, and get that thing well.
And what do you know about Jacoby?
He's got a hamstring. It was right in the belly. It's definitely a hamstring strain or pull, and he'll be out for a while.
But he had given you a good run there in the 60, right?
Just phenomenal. He was phenomenal all weekend, and I think he went in 8th in the 60, and he looked like his old self. And he had COVID after the first of the year, and it's just been really tough on him. And I feel bad. We had to kind of force the issue, and then we lost to Courtney, and he was our guy. And he really tried to step up, and he did in the 60 and was stepping up in the 2. All we had to do is get about 4th, 5th place. We're in business. But, it's just unfortunate. And I hate it for him. And the kids were so, as I say, as a team, I don't know that we've ever been closer as a team, and really everybody putting it together and wanting to win. And so I was just disappointed for him. It's going to set him back, but it's in the belly, and that's the best place in the world to have a hamstring. Muscle will heal, and so I think by about April he'll be fine.
Seals for the meet gives you 16 points, and Owen Likens gives you 12 points. Yeah, are they your maybe unsung heroes?
Yeah, I mean Jalen, did a great job. He struggled today in the triple jump, but finally put together a jump to get us third, and was really proud of him. And of course, comes from behind and wins the long jump. And then, man, what do you say about the fabulous freshman, Owen Likens? I mean, what a tough kid. I mean, I was so proud of him. No one expected him to do what he did today. And that's 4 hard races against some of the premier milers, from Texas and Oklahoma State and Iowa State and then our own Tacky. But what a tough kid. I mean, he was that race. I thought, man, we may have it won if we can just finish this thing out decent.
And your thoughts on Marco's performance?
Marco was a warrior. I felt guilty putting him in the 600 and the 800 because it's only an hour apart, and you got prelims in both on Friday, and then you got to run those finals. So you ran 4 hard races, and the 600, was his 3rd one, and then he's just phenomenal being second to Sven, who just, by the way, had a fabulous meet too. And then, you come back and get 5th in the 800, just really 50 minutes after the 600. So I knew I was gambling, but it was the exact perfect thing that we should have done. I guessed right. And that wasn't our problem. Our middle distance group and that 600, 800, 1,000 mile, they were phenomenal. They were phenomenal. I don't know how many points, but they had a bunch.
We'll talk about in the 1,000, Tacky kind of looking over the shoulder like, come on, Owen.
No, he was saying, he was doing this, telling Owen to come on. It was impressive to watch, and he was trying to pull him along, and that little freshman, he bared down and got it done.
After looking at all this indoor, who are the freshmen that we should be looking at as we approach outdoor?
Yeah, I think Owen, you have to look at him first, especially. He was just impressive. And Marco, those are the 2 on the men's side. And, we don't have that many freshman women at all. And so I think those 2 are just the highlight, and I think that's the ones that you'll see on the outdoor that really have a chance to help us.
All good?
Good for me. Thanks,
you.
Coach.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Coach.
Yep.
You bet.
See you later, Coach.
Unrelated, that poll is fire, Jeff.
I was a Big 12 employee this weekend. Questions for Ruth, Big 12 champion in the triple and long jump, and high point scorer for the meet.
Yeah, Ruth, just I guess your overall thoughts on how you thought you performed this weekend. I doubt you have many complaints considering you came home with 2 Big 12 individual titles.
So I feel great, and I'm still like in the moment, and I'm just feeling so overwhelmed. So I really cannot explain. I can't like put it into words how I really feel right now, because I'm still like trying to get through the moments. But always, like I always say, all thanks to God, and I'm just grateful.
you take us kind of into your mindset on that winning jump yesterday?
So, okay, yesterday on the last jump, like I said last night, I already knew, God already told me it was going to be a big jump, and it just confirmed it when my coach called me and asked if I was ready for the moment. And I said, okay, this is a confirmation of what God said. And it happened because I was really hyped up also. And I could see my teammates from the other side of the stands also cheering on and everything. So I just went. I wasn't really going for that Olympic mark. I just wanted to go and give my best. And that was how it happened. God made it happen.
What kind of momentum do you think you have coming off of this weekend now, heading as you kind of start preparing, I guess, for the national meet?
Sorry, what's the question?
What kind of momentum does this kind of weekend? Obviously, you had good marks coming into this weekend, but just proving what you can do against, like Coach Kitley said, some of the best, toughest jumpers in the nation, proving yourself once again this year. What kind of momentum does that give you moving forward?
That gives me a mindset of just being confident and knowing that every time I lay everything in God's hands, it's going to come through, and just continuing to work on every of my weakness, on my technique, the things I have to get right. And knowing that this has happened, I set it off to the side and focus on the present, and still being very humble to receive corrections and do what needs to be done. And knowing that when I get to nationals, everyone out there are all talented athletes. They're all gifted athletes. So no one is going to be undermined because anything can happen.
Hey, Ruth, I can't remember if we asked you last night, but you got the Olympic standard last night in the long jump, and you got the Olympic standard today in the triple jump. How much thought have you been putting in? How much have you thought about the possibility of making the Olympic team for Nigeria this summer?
It has always been my dream and my prayer to make the Olympic team and compete for Nigeria, to wear the green, and just make Nigeria proud and bring that medal back to Nigeria in the field events. So this just shows that God is taking me along that path to accomplish that dream and that goal that I've always looked forward to. I wasn't really like chasing it. I wasn't saying I want to get it. I just was just going, and God just decided to lead me this way and also bless me with it, which is very, very kind. And I'm so grateful for that.
Do you know approximately when Nigeria's Olympic trials are?
As of right now, I don't know, but I think as the day goes by or as months goes by, I think I'll have that information. But as of right now, I really do not know. And when it's close by, my long jump coach back home will surely inform me if we have to come home or we have to stay here. So as of right now, I really don't know when that is.
Anything else, Sean?
I'm good.
All good?
Ruth got everything with Eric Kelly's questions, and we talked last night. So thank you, Kay.
Ruth, great
Thank
job. Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.